Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Start out at 125th Street in Harlem, New York, where we are led by the amazing YAHANNA, who has proven time and time again to be the most outstanding man and the real leader of so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American people who make up the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel, man. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, he is the one that is truly teaching what the Spirit of Christ truly is in this place, man. You understand? And it's so crucial in this time for us to choose the right leader, man. Choose the leader. The Lord gave us a foolproof plan, brother. The Lord raises up the man that he wants his people to follow, man, because he knows that that man that he chose has a heart to serve the people, man, even in their wickedness, brother, right? Even in their wanting in a captivity, you understand? Wanting to choose in their captivity their oppressors, you understand? And love the place of their captivity so much, man, that they are willing to fight, give their life, show that they've been so patriotic in this place, man, as if Negroes have not been patriotic enough, man, as if Native Americans have not been patriotic enough in this place, man. You understand? The whole reason why America has been able to has erected as one of the greatest empires in the history of this earth. You understand? Is because of you, Black, Hispanic, and Native American, man. Straight up and down. So we want to pull a couple of scriptures, man, to show that the Lord has chose what the Lord, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord chooses for the nation of Israel on who we need to follow, man. And when we follow that man, brother, we'll get up out of captivity, man. You understand? We can see the miracles of the Most High and how the Most High operates for us, man. We see all this. You understand? And we'll see the glory of the Lord, man. We'll get to see how much the Lord loves the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through us just choosing the man that the Lord has raised up, man. You understand? And we're going to go with the criteria that the Lord has set up and established. So it'll be foolproof and no doubt. You understand what I'm saying? The man that we're supposed to choose. Read the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and 14.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 14. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it.
Right. So, I mean, this is awesome right there. When we go into the land that the Lord our God, you understand what I'm saying? That word "thy" is an old Quaker word, man. You understand what I'm saying? And it just means "our," and it's very possessive, brother. You understand? That means that this power that led, this Most High power that led us into the land, you understand what I'm saying? That He gave unto us to possess it, man. You understand? To give ownership of, man. You understand? That's what the Lord does, brother. Keep going.
And shall dwell therein.
And we shall dwell therein. I keep going.
And shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me.
God, dog. So the Lord knew what we was gonna do, brother, because at this time we had just left Egypt, man. We just left Pharaoh's house. We just left captivity, brother. You understand? This is why the Lord had us march around the desert, because He had to get rid of those that rather dwell in Egypt than listen to the man that the Lord rose up, brother. The man that left prosperity, the man that left the wealth of, at that time, the greatest nation in the earth, that we made wealthy, brother. Right? Joseph made Egypt wealthy. You see what I'm saying? During the time of the famine, the Lord gave him the prophecy, right? 7 years, you know, everything is going to yield well. But them 7 years, you're going to have to hold some of this stuff up and store it, man. So Joseph did that. Then 7 years later came by, it was a famine, brother. So everybody and all the lands around Egypt and in the earth at that time had to travel to Egypt and made Egypt rich, brother. You see what I'm saying? For the time in Exodus, there were Pharaoh rose up, man, that did not know nothing about what Joseph did and forgot all what Joseph, who was an Israelite, did for Egypt. And he looked upon our people, man, and was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? If these people, you know what I'm saying, keep growing in number, these Hebrews, man, you understand? If these people grow, man, you know, we got to deal crafty with them. You understand? Donald Trump said, you know, these Mexicans, right? Because it's a proven fact that the Mexican population here in Texas outnumbers every damn body put together, right? And so they use rhetoric, right, and dog whistles to say, hey, all right, we're going to wage a war on these people, right? And it's 9 times out of 10, it's going to be descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, brother, because they hate us, because they see us as a threat, man. You understand? Because they don't want at any time those so-called Mexicans to learn English, right? And to start dealing with the so-called black man here in this place, brother. Because, I mean, at a moment, brother, at a twinkling of an eye, you understand? You get the right number of Negroes together and you get the right number of Issacharites together, and we will take over Houston, brother. They will have to send in the National Guard. You see what I'm saying? And then if they follow Officer Yatazak, who follows Commander General YAHANNA, brother, you understand? We'll do it peacefully. You see what I'm saying? We'll have all Isupk that's just right here on the southeast side, brother. And what's this, Gulf Gate? In Gulf Gate area, brother. We'll take over Houston, brother. Straight up for Commander General YAHANNA. And that there'll be no more hungry so-called Negroes out here in these streets, brother. No so-called hungry Hispanic people in the city of Houston, brother. That's the revolution, Doc. That's what we fight for, man. You understand? What you got, Doc? You had your hand raised, huh? Come on with it.
I just want to point out a point that you said about how they use the dog whistle.
Right.
You know, like they understand that Hispanics, they are migrating to America, they're coming to America because they want a better life. You know, like they're coming from a horrible condition, and they still put them in hell.
Right.
They still put them in hell, and then they kind of like big up the American lifestyle and use that as a tool to manipulate them.
Right. So what they done, brother, that's a great point. So what they done, right, Trump, after the day he got elected, right, they knew that good night, if these Hispanics are allowed to keep coming in and Mexicans are allowed to keep coming into Texas, right, through the border states, Texas, New Mexico, right, California, which is really the land of Issachar, brother. Right, all this belonged to Issachar's descendants, man. Before our oppressors took them over, man, and gave them Christianity and had them sell out, but was hanging them from trees, just like they did us. You see what I'm saying? Donald Trump got up there the day after he got elected, man, and addressed the country and said, Mexicans are drug dealers and rapists. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, all of a sudden, ICE gets a bunch of government-funded money, brother. The border patrol beefs up its numbers. You see what I'm saying? The border patrol are the cage kickers down there, man. They're the ones that are detaining the so-called Mexicans. And what people don't understand is they're using other Mexicans, man. Those people, those border patrol members, they speak Spanish. You see what I'm saying? They use our own people to lock our own people up, brother. And this is all because, Doc, we choose a leader that the Lord never told us to raise up above our people, man. You see what I'm saying? When we do that, brother, we show the Lord that we hate him and that we reject him, man. And for that, the Lord got to turn his back. You see what I'm saying? Why would he keep trying to do for people? You grown people, you got parents, you got children. You don't keep trying to do for your child and they keep showing that they're not going to listen to what you tell them to do. You don't even do that in your carnality. But you expect the Most High power to keep trying to keep up after Negroes, brother, that say, you know what? We're going to go and celebrate this Christmas, man. Even though we heard about the Hebrew Israelites. We heard about them. And we heard about that Christmas is wicked. But nevertheless, we still going to do it. You see what I'm saying? Because Big Mama did it. So niggas rather listen to Big Mama, who killed Big Daddy early, right? Big Daddy died at 55 from a heart attack in his chair because Big Mama was wicked, brother. Then you rather listen to Big Mama or Medea. You rather listen to Medea, man, than listen to the Most High, brother. Keep going, huh? Verse 15.
This is verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee.
Good night, brother. We shall not set a king over us, brother. Just because the heathens round about us do it, man. You see what I'm saying? It's always wicked Negroes, brother, that set our people up for stuff like this. What you got out?
If I could, sir, now, like, and if I could, sir, it's a tradition that we set someone over us now, every 4 years.
Right.
You know, now it's like a part of the American lifestyle.
Right. Most High in Christ, brother. And I tell you what, they Commander YAHANNA brought out on Monday, man, that there's this homosexual Democrat. You understand what I'm saying? He's a homosexual and he's having trouble trying to get the black vote. Right? And it's only really the elderly Negroes that go out and vote. You see what I'm saying? So they need the black vote. The Democrats, they know they need the black vote. They've been doing this. They've been doing this since the days of FDR, Franklin D. Roosevelt, who instituted welfare. Then when he instituted he was writing it down. When he said it, they called him slipping. He said, we're going to have these niggas voting Democrat for the next 50 years. You see what I'm saying? And then Michael King, Orgy Mike, gets erected. You see what I'm saying? Who wants every young little black boy to hold the hand of little white girls. You see what I'm saying? They erect him and you know what I'm saying, and further sell our people out, man. There's a brother, man, that I played softball with, man, when I was in the world, brother. This dude, he posts a post on Instagram and says, "Happy birthday, Martin Luther King," right? And then I tell him, Michael King was a traitor, brother, right? And then he tells me, "Don't disrespect my post." I said, brother, come on, man. And then later on that day, he posts a video of brothers and Hispanic people fighting each other in a goddamn barbershop. I said, then I posted on there, I said, this is Martin Luther King's dream living out, where we hate each other, brother. But happy birthday, Martin Luther King, right? Good night, man. You understand what I'm saying? So we choose leaders that the Lord did not send, brother. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we choose. Keep going, huh?
Whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren.
Good night. That's crucial, brother. You know what I'm saying? You choose the one that the Lord chooses from amongst your brethren, dog. You see what I'm saying? Commander YAHANNA is the one that's from amongst our brethren, man.
Right. And
has the heart, brother, of gold, man. He has the spirit of Christ, brother, which is found through brotherhood, man. You understand what I'm saying? A brother who is one that is willing to stick closer to you than a friend, brother. You understand? Willing to lay his life down for you, brother. Commander YAHANNA has proven that. You understand? And that's the spirit that every man in the Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge is striving to have every day, brother. If that thought is not in your mind to strive for every day, this might not be the place for you, man. Straight up. You understand? If you're not willing to put it all on the line for your brothers in lawful righteousness, bro, there's something wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a bunch of other nations of people that do, and they prosper because of that. You see what I'm saying? You can't tell an Arab man that somebody put a hand on Ali, brother. They are coming for you. Habib and them, they are coming, doc. You understand what I'm saying? A Moabite, you know, he was on a plane, a Spirit jet. You understand? And they drug him off for whatever reason. He could have been acting a heathen like he is, brother. But he got a $12 million settlement from Spirit, brother, because they drug him off the plane. And here's the thing about it: these Chinese people, there's more of them than there are Mexicans. Illegal, undocumented workers, man. You see what I'm saying? But they don't go to Chinatown. The so-called white man don't go to Chinatown and get some Peking duck and tell Ling Ling she needs to speak English. This is America. You need to speak American. You see what I'm saying? But a Peruvian brother got battery acid, got acid thrown on him on the East Coast a couple months ago. You see what I'm saying? That's because they're the Lord's chosen people, brother, and they hate that. You know what I'm saying? He's naive. He was a fully legal. He's a full citizen of America. But our oppressor threw acid on him, gave him third-degree burns from his forehead. So like it from his forehead to his chest. You understand what I'm saying? And he stuck. Well, I don't know what happened, and blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what happened, brother, because you're not choosing to be led by the man that the Lord raised up from amongst your brethren, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that don't happen in I.S.U.P.K, brother, to our members, doc. And if something does, brother, we will hire a lawyer. Commander YAHANNA will hire a lawyer, and somebody will have to answer, brother. You see what I'm saying? They will experience the fear of the Lord, doc. They will learn that the Israelite school, that the Lord is with the Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge. Right. They'll learn that, doc. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, like we had this Jake and I guess his rib go up and shoot up a Jewish deli. You understand? Like your brother would not advise you to do that in this captivity. That's not wise, man. You know it's not. You know why it's not wise? Because to try to fight the very people that make guns makes no sense at all, man. You see what I'm saying? Those fake Jews over there in Jerusalem, they bomb the Gaza Strip every week. You see what I'm saying? Well, 6 figures to use, to make. And they use them every week. Can you fight those people, really? And back to the Moabites, brother. There is no national Chinese caucus in the Senate that's fighting to make laws to make the life of the Chinese man better. But guess who has the largest caucus in the Senate on Capitol Hill? Guess. What you got, Art? The Black Caucus is the largest caucus, meaning we have the most congressmen and the most senators that's a part of that caucus, right? That are supposedly supposed to speak up for Black people, to help make laws to make the lives of Black people better. And it only seems to get worse, brother. You see what I'm saying? It only seems to get worse, Doc, to the point to where World War III is on the horizon, and we Negroes are being told by Christian pastors that the racial climate is cooling off here in America. You see what I'm saying? Good night, brother. That's what happens when you do not choose the leader that the Lord chose from the midst of your brethren for you to follow. What you got, Art?
Now, if I could say, like, what do these other nations know about the oppression that we go through?
Right.
Or the troubles and the times that we're having as blacks, Native Indians, and Hispanics, they don't know. All
Right.
they know is embargo and stuff like that. And their trade with the Americans.
Right.
That's the only thing that they know. They don't know about how we are suffering, how we are broken as a nation, and how our community has just been is infiltrated. They don't understand it.
Go to the book of Psalms, chapter 83. Verse 2.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult,
Mm-hmm.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Keep going.
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
Mm-hmm.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation,
Mm-hmm.
that the name of Israel may be no more remembered.
This is why other nations of people come over here since integration, right? Set up their businesses in our neighborhoods, right? Destroyed the fabric of so-called black families, right? Got destroyed us and led us to believe that it's better to go to the universities of our oppressors, right? Become a doctor, become a lawyer, become become whatever, a businessman, architect, or an engineer, and try to move in with our oppressors, right? That's why crafty counsel, brother, to cut the name of Israel off from the earth, brother. So you have a whole nation of people who do not know who they are, man. And they know that if we keep these people ignorant of who they are, they will never know that they're the Lord's chosen people. And that when they don't know that they're the Lord's chosen people and they sin against their power, they come from being the top of the earth, the nation that's placed above all nations, to being the nation at the bottom. And they make great slaves. You see what I'm saying? So instead of just one nation like the Egyptians, right, saying, okay, we're gonna make these people slaves, they're gonna build our nation, right? And the Egyptians are going to be the leading class. They tried it, that failed. See what I'm saying? The Babylonians, they tried to be the elite people and have all nations serving them. They tried that failed. So then they said, let us use crafty counsel. Let us come together and then let's make a covenant together with us. You see what I'm saying? So we can all oppress them. That's what this is talking about. You see what I'm saying? What you got out?
To add on to it, they know that if they oppress us and they think that if they keep oppressing us and keeping us down in our lower state, that the further we stay like that, the more we stay like that, the further we are from our culture. So the more closer we are to our culture, the closer we are to rulership.
Right. You understand what I'm saying? That's the heavy point right there, brother. You see what I'm saying? The closer we are to remembering who we are, you understand? Then maybe we'll look back in these records and see what did we have to do in order for the Lord to get us out of hell. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep these commandments. Let's choose the man that the Lord rose up from the midst of our brethren, and let's start loving each other again, man. You see what I'm saying? Because where else can you find history of Black, Hispanic, and Native American people before we were conquered? You see what I'm saying? Where else can we find our history, man? They're not in textbooks in public schools. You see what I'm saying? They only give you history of when you started being conquered, Black, Hispanic, and Native American, man. They only give you history. They only give you Black history, the shortest day of the month, and it starts off with you being slaves. That's all we are, slaves. And then you tell us about Benjamin Banneker and Frederick Douglass, who was an Edomite. You know what I'm saying? And then you give us the people who you say we need to look up to. You give that to us. You see what I'm saying? What language did we speak before this, man? Who were we before we came off these ships, man? Oh, y'all are African American, really? So it was called Africa? Shaka Zulu knew it as Africa? Get out of here, man. You see what I'm saying? We got to dig a little bit deeper, Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. You understand? How about you choose the ones that choose your brothers, man. Choose your brothers to teach you this damn Bible, man.
Right.
That's what you do. You choose other brothers that say, hey, I need brotherhood to help me make it out this hole, man. Let me show you how to survive in hell off brotherhood. Let's choose that, man. Choose those brothers to lead you, man, who follow the commander in YAHANNA, who is second to Christ in the earth, man. Choose that. You understand what I'm saying? And let's learn how to get the hell up out of this hell, man. Let's do that. Go to verse 6, all right? In Psalm 83. We're going to show you the very people who have taken crafty counsel. Hey, you can flip that arrow on a little bit out. Water.
Ready?
Come on with it.
Come on. The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom.
The house of Edom, brother. Who are the Edomites, man? Who are the Edomites? Go ahead, huh?
So-called white man.
The so-called white man, brother. They're really red or pink. They have a whole book called Anatomy and Physiology for Dummies. How much more basic can it get, man? And in that very book, it says that they are red or pink. You see what I'm saying? Because their epidermis, which is skin, is transparent. So when you smack an Edomite, he turns red. When you make an Edomite laugh, he turns red. When you do anything lawful to an Edomite, guess what color he gonna turn? Raise your hand out. What color is he gonna turn? It's all you out.
Red.
Red. You see what I'm saying? He gonna turn red, man. That's because our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, brother. Straight up and down, man. That's all he done in this earth was rape, rob, and murder. So he's at the top of the hit, King David. And if he's at the top of the hit list for King David, he's on my hit list too, brother. Right. Keep going.
Come on. And the Ishmaelites of Moab.
And the Ishmaelites, brother. Ishmael was the first son of Abraham, brother. You see what I'm saying? And he hates niggas too, brother. Good night. The real Ishmaelites hate black people too, Hispanic and Native American people too, because if you see, the Lord names the top two people that could have had the covenant. You see what I'm saying? Ishmael was Abraham's first son. He was supposed to receive the covenant, but the Lord didn't choose that bastard, right? Then Esau. Esau was the oldest son of Isaac. He should have got the blessing. But the Lord hated Esau, brother, and Most High Christ, brother. And we're going to hate him too here in the I.S.U.P.K, dog. Right. We're going to hate him with a righteous zeal, brother. Right. We're going to, I can't stand him. What you got, Art?
And if I could say, Ishmaelites or the so-called Arabs, like, they oppress us on a daily. They have no regard, no care for blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians whatsoever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They treat you like garbage in the gas stations.
Like what?
Like garbage.
Most High
Like,
Christ.
they treat you like you're complete trash. Like you're the
Not garbage, brother.
Garbage.
Garbage, brother.
Right. They treat you like
that's
garbage.
under the trash, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's right before garbage is right before the dumpster juice, bro. You see what I'm saying? Right before the dumpster juice is the garbage, then the garbage, bro. Straight up. Keep going, now. You right on it, brother. I'm with you. I'm in the car with you.
They think that, like, you know, like, who are you? Like, then they give you an attitude too when you get gas, or when you, let's say you put your money down a certain way, you know, in a fashion or whatever, or a style.
Right.
Then they give you an attitude back, and like they entice, you know what I'm saying, a confliction.
Right.
So it's like they automatically think that they're better than you.
Right.
You know,
and go to show, man, that they don't give a good goddamn about you, brother. Who owned that store that Michael Brown was shot in front of? Anybody know? In Ferguson, Missouri. Who owned that store? Go ahead, I know you know.
Israelite.
Most High Christ, brother. The Arab.
Right.
And come to find out, he was selling drugs. He was selling drugs for them Arabs, brother. Because the Muslims, brother, they, you know what I'm saying? They work for the CIA. And they got the contract from the CIA to pass out them drugs in our neighborhoods. Because guess what they're over there fighting for? And guess what the leading plant, the leading thing that is grown over in Afghanistan and in those Arab nations. What plant is that? What you got,
Opium.
Opium. Get that nigga hand, you know, so like get that brother hand. You understand what I'm saying? Opioid plants, brother. And they so cold with it, they train the ass. They put the opioid on top of the ass. And they smack the donkey, brother. And that donkey knows how to make the routes and deliver the opioids, brother. That's what our oppressors fight for. You see what I'm saying? That's why he destroyed the so-called Hispanics in Central and South America, especially Colombia, right? Guess what plant is grown in Colombia? Guess what plant is grown? What you got, Out? Cocaine. Most High Christ, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Our oppressor love coke, brother. Our oppressor loves opioids, man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That is the leading cause of death, brother. Opioids, man. I mean, you can add all the car wrecks. You can add it all up. You see what I'm saying? Add it all up. Opioid is killing them worse, brother. You understand? And I would feel bad, but nobody felt bad for Negroes during the crack epidemic, brother. They call, you know what I'm saying? Now it's opioid addiction is a disease, brother. Now it's a disease. But when the Lord's chosen people was strung out because they put it in our communities to destroy us, you see what I'm saying? Oh, we got to go get them. Hillary Clinton called niggas super predators, brother. You understand? And made a war and raised a war on drugs and sent more black men to prison. I mean, and for non-violent offenses too. You understand what I'm saying? Non-violent offenses, brother. This is how they take crafty counsel against us, Doc. That's what they did. So Esau got with Ishmael and was like, yeah, player. You understand? They did it to us. The Lord didn't choose us. He chose them. He chose Isaac. He chose Jacob. You understand? But we can come together, man, and make a plan up and keep them sinning against the Lord, brother. And as long as we do that, we can rule over them, man. You see what I'm saying? So these nations, brother, came together, man, and they made crafty counsel, brother. You understand? They made crafty counsel to take us away from the Lord, brother. And try to erase a whole race of people from world goddamn history, man. You see what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge, brother, we would have never had a way, man. The Lord showed mercy upon us, man. And then he poured the spirit of the prophets back into the earth and said, you find, once you get done with birthdays, once you get done, you climb your way. I chose you, but you climb your way into this school, brother. And you learn again what was lost. And then you take that spirit, right? And you be willing to lay your life down, just as the prophets of old did, brother. You see what I'm saying? You had Jonah. Jonah was like, oh man, Lord, I know you're merciful. Don't have me go out here and tell these people that you about to destroy them, and you know you're gonna show them mercy. You see what I'm saying? You had prophets that was like, good night. Please don't let me tell these people this. They're gonna kill me. You see what I'm saying? But they did it anyway, man. That's the spirit of the Lord, brother. And that is the spirit that is reserved unto the prophets, Doc. You see what I'm saying? But that's only when you choose the leader from amongst your brother, man. Go back to Deuteronomy. Start at 15 again. 17 and 15.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
Right.
Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
Good night. Good night, brother. If we followed that instruction, brother, wouldn't be a black, Hispanic, or Native American in a damn voting booth, brother. That's it right there. That's telling you not to vote. You see what I'm saying? Because even if they put a black damn face in this oppressor's place for you, like they did with Barack Hussein Obama, you see what I'm saying? Whose mother was wealthy, tried to say her parents were lived in Hawaii. You don't just live in Hawaii and be poor. Got a damn watermelon costs $13 in Hawaii. They got to import everything. You see what I'm saying? He's kin to the Bushes and what was Bush's Cheney. He was kin to Cheney, man, on his mama's side. You see what I'm saying? That's who they put in office, brother. They put in their family. But yeah, we choose them instead of choosing our own brother, man, who the Lord loves, who the Lord chose, who will serve you, who will forfeit and stay in the goddamn basement of the school just so all the time money that he gets can go back into the school. You see what I'm saying? To where in 2016, we can build a school here in Houston because of that brotherhood, man. You see what I'm saying? And now Houston can have a damn refuge in this hell called America, man. But you got to choose the man that the Lord told you to choose. You see what I'm saying? A brother, man. Why would you not want to choose your brother any damn way? You see what I'm saying? Why would you choose somebody that does not understand the plight of your people, man? That makes no sense, right? But when you believe Jesus is white, brother, you see what I'm saying? And when you believe Santa Claus can come down the chimney and bunnies can lay eggs and little fairies with 4 wings take teeth from under the pillow, you will vote for a stranger to rule over you. And that stranger will have no mercy upon your people. And the conditions of your people will continually get worse. Drop that and give me 1 Samuel chapter 8.
What verse?
Verse 4.
Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 8, verse 4. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together.
Good night. Not the young of Israel, right? Not the teenage of Israel, right? But the who?
Then all the elders of Israel.
The supposed wise men of our people, brother. Right? The gray-haired people. The ones that have seen a moon or two come up and come down, brother. You see what I'm saying? The ones that have been around, right? Just like Negroes here, older brothers here, man, that were weak in the crack epidemic, man. You see what I'm saying? That the ones that chose to assimilate, you see what I'm saying, and fall for that nightmare given by Martin Luther King, brother. You see what I'm saying? Those that said, you know what, my young daughters, my teenage daughters and sons are doing a brave thing by going out and being attacked by police dogs and being hosed down. They were hosing down school-age children, brother. They don't show those. They don't show that. They don't show that. It's always the young people that go out on the front line that they commission. They don't show you that it's those that are in college. You see what I'm saying? Those that haven't been able to see life yet. You see what I'm saying? The elders, the young man fight wars, right? That's what they do. They put the future on the line, brother. They sacrifice the future. You see what I'm saying? That's what they do. The elders, the ones that are under the trees now, right? While we teaching in the street, the brothers that are drunk out their mind, that will walk up to us, telling us that the Lord only loves Black, Hispanic, and Native American people, and that Christ was a black man from the tribe of Judah. You understand what I'm saying? And he only died for niggas. Yeah, they'll come out of that tree and say God loves everybody. You understand? That's who will always rise up against the man that the Lord chose. Keep going.
Come. It came to Saul unto Ramah.
Mm-hmm. Came to Samuel.
So like, it came to Samuel unto Ramah.
Samuel was the prophet that the Lord raised up, you see what I'm saying, to lead the nation of Israel after Joshua. Keep going.
Come. Verse 5. And said unto him, Behold, thou art old.
Good night. So the elders, the wise men, told the prophet, in the chapter before, he did miracles for the nation of Israel through the Most High. You see what I'm saying? And now they calling him old. Keep going.
Come. And thy sons walk not in thy ways.
Now his sons were wicked as hell. They would take the money and pocket it, and they were Christian pastors, brother. That's what they were. Keep going.
Come. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations.
Good night. This is their time because, the prophet looked like he getting old. And the Lord might not be with him because the Lord ain't with his sons. His sons are wicked, right? So let's come together and try to sway the prophet to getting us a king like the other nations. Like they were not in the truth, brother. You understand? They weren't in the truth. They were seeing miracles at that time, brother. Like right now, all we see is brothers stop smoking weed, right? Stop selling drugs, stop harming themselves and their people. You see, we see brothers that used to kill, you understand what I'm saying, that are the whosoever of Israel believe in Christ, brother. That's what we see. You know what I'm saying? We see that the Lord takes the foolish things of America. Commander YAHANNA finds value in those brothers, man. Shows them the truth of this Bible, brother, and they're mighty. You see what I'm saying? They become mighty because we take upon our power, our strength. That's the miracle that we see. But back then, they were seeing pillars of fire come stretched down from the heavens all the way down to the earth. They were seeing oceans open up. You see what I'm saying? They were seeing manna fall from heaven. They were seeing birds feeding us. That's what they saw. But nevertheless, brother, we still had to have a king to rule over us as the other nations, man. We need to vote. Let us vote for our king. Samuel, the Lord look like he ain't with you no more. You getting old, player. You understand what I'm saying? You using that staff for a crutch now. See your leg cramping up. Lord ain't with you no more. Keep going.
Come. Verse 6. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Lord. Verse 7. And the Lord said unto Samuel, hearken unto the voice of the people in all that they say unto thee. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me.
Good night, bro. So when we choose to go to a voting booth, when we choose to listen to Puff Daddy, right, who is a homosexual, when we choose to listen to Jigga Man and his Queen Bee, brother, that tell us to vote or die, and put a king over you that's not of your brethren. You see what I'm saying? When you go to a voting booth and choose, you know what I'm saying, to make America great again, brother. You understand? When you choose to be blacks for Trump or Mexicans for Trump, when you choose that, brother, you reject the Lord, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And how much sense does that make to reject the creator of the heavens and the earth, man? Like, we deserve death as a people, man. We pretty much asked for it here. We're asking for it, man. How can you reject the only power that's protecting you from all the nations of the earth destroying you? And that's what they want to do, brother. They want to. You see what I'm saying? But we choose to reject that the man that we chose. We chose the Lord. We made the choice after we left out of Egypt to have a prophet, to have a mediator between us as a people and the Most High. The scriptures tell us the Lord had to make a covenant with Israel and the prophet because we were too afraid to hear straight from the Most High. So the Lord had to speak to raise up one man and tell us to follow that one man. And he would speak to that one man. And then that one man would tell us what the Lord told us to do. You see what I'm saying? But when we don't choose the man that the Lord chose that's going to tell you what the Lord said, we get stuck wearing mega hats, brother. We get stuck listening to Negroes that rather dress up like the Tin Man, brother. You see what I'm saying? Than be a goddamn nigga, man. You rather listen to a man that will run up in a Christian church and say, you know what? We can make a whole musical for an hour, and we ain't got to use the Bible no more. We ain't got to use the Bible no more. Let's shut the Bible. Joel Osteen, you ain't got to do your motivational speech no more. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just going to make a whole musical. We choose to listen to that Negro. What you got, Ike? And let me tell you, let me mind you, this Negro during the time of George Bush Jr., got on national TV and shocked the earth and said, George Bush hates black people. And then they just cut the live feed. And the oppressor that was standing by, who was Jimmy Fallon, he was like, oh. What you got, Ike?
And if I could, sir, you know, like the Christian church, I want to expound on that a little bit, because like the Christian church, what are they teaching? It's all talks of prosperity, but are they teaching you how to be righteous? Are they teaching you how to be closer to the Most High? You know, how to follow after Christ? They're not teaching any of those things.
Right.
You know, they're not teaching how to be righteous, or the structure or the standard that you're held to. And
right.
All they're saying is, don't you want a blessing? And I'm hearing that from all the broadcasts that the Christian church puts out.
Right. I mean, when you have to have a telethon, I remember back when I was growing up in the 90s, brother, you had TVN, brother, right? That was with that one skinny old white man, and he had that his woman, she had the big old curly blonde hair, right? I mean, she looked a hot mess, brother. Makeup all on her face, brother. I mean, good night. Look just like Cruella de Vil, brother. And they used to have a TV marathon, a TV-thon, brother, where people could call in and send money in for TVN. That's what it was called, right? Channel 14? I know it's Channel 14. It was Channel 14, brother, on cable. What you got, Ike?
So like, what's that? What was the Jimmy Swagger or something like that?
Jimmy Swagger wasn't I think he still is Evangeline around here.
He's selling like 5-gallon buckets with, like, you know, the military MRE food, and he's selling that to people now. That's what he had.
Oh yeah, he hustling. Yeah. You know, he got it wholesale, cause straight up hustling out here, bro. These people here, brother. It's gonna take a black man from the tribe of Judah to come back and set this place right, bro. Right. Because these people have no shame, dog. Like Commander General YAHANNA say, they are snake oil salesmen, brother. Charlatans. You know what I'm saying? You got they sell spring water, brother. I mean, good night. You can put a bucket outside and get you some spring water. You do selling spring water. So they'll say you the rag of Paul, brother. And you can be healed by the rag. I mean, how much more we got to deal with, brother, before we choose Commander Junior YAHANNA, man? You understand? Where we at? In the verse 7?
So we're at the
verse 8.
We're 1 Samuel chapter 8, the end of verse 7.
All right, pull it. Keep going.
I'll take it back a little bit. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them.
Good night. You choose the Lord not to reign over you, man. You understand? To the point to where in Christianity now, everybody think they can have a personal relationship with Jesus. You understand what I'm saying? Jesus is everybody's man, sister, right? So they got it set up to where you kick your man out your house, black woman, right? And you love an imaginary white man that every black, lonely, bitter sister in that bitter beast in that church loves. You understand? But you don't want to share a good black man now. I mean, good night, brother. This is an atrocity, brother. Got you loving an imaginary white man, brother. You see what I'm saying? I talk to my Jesus. My Jesus is on the front line. Come on, man. Come on, man. What you got, Ike?
If I can expound on what you're speaking on now, sir, like how they are worshiping the image of the oppressor, right? Before they worship the image of golden calf. And some like some there's like musical instruments get them aroused to do such things. In the Christian church, like they go to the Christian church for a song and a dance, and they don't recognize that they're under hypnotism. You know, like it's like they going to the club. You know, like they're aroused to just do a song and a dance, and that's it. And they expect it.
That in modern times, brother, the Spirit of the Lord comes through singing and dancing, brother. Not through hearing and being washed by the word, brother. That's how you receive the Holy Spirit. Through singing and dancing, through praise dancing, brother. Through a little boy going up there that can dance better than every black girl that's in the church. He has a gift, brother. You understand me? This little boy can get up there and dance better than every little sister in the church. And he got the Spirit of the Lord, brother. Come on, man. Like, good night, brother. Somebody, we gotta stop. I mean, you understand? Like, the tambourine man got the Spirit of the Lord, brother. The nigga that can shake that tambourine the best. You understand? And little do you sisters know, y'all be friend, my dear, and all these Negroes, man, that think they can be a better black woman than you. Like, these brothers, these dudes have they have a serious emotional disease, man.
Right.
You cannot be a man, right? Created with rod and balls, brother. Then say, I'm gonna put this lace front wig on. I'm gonna put these stilettos on. I'm gonna put about 30 pounds of makeup on. And I am going to be badder than Beyonce, brother. I mean, good. I mean, this is all because we don't choose the man of the Lord, brother. That'll tell you, hey, brother, you are not a woman.
Right.
And you will never be a better woman than a goddamn black woman.
Right.
Sister, these men hate you, right? Let the man that he likes start liking you, sis. He will fight you. And he will fight you. What you got, Al?
Oh no, you already said it. I was gonna say, if I could, sir, these women, our sisters ain't no damn better.
Right.
They sitting around here befriending them, thinking it's cute.
Right.
The whole while they hate black women.
Right. Hate them.
And they hate them. They hate black men.
Right.
They hate themselves.
Right.
They don't want to look in the mirror and see a man. So
right.
They dress like a woman, and they hate women, so they want to be with men.
Right.
It's just a huge mental. I mean, that is seriously a mental illness.
Right.
At its most highest degree.
Right. I mean, good night, brother. I mean, there's no other way of explaining it.
Right.
You understand? I mean, it's the Antichrist, brother.
Right.
Straight up and down. Because the Lord said, so Paul even wrote, right, in the New Testament, that a man should not appear as a woman, and a woman should not appear as a man. You see what I'm saying? But the Bravo channel, right, is celebrating the 10th season of Drag Queen, brother, where you have fully bearded men that shave their beards and put makeup on to appear as women, brother, and do a terrible job at it. How about that? I don't even why. They mess around. If you watch MTV, they'll mess around and show a commercial of it. I mean, and if it ain't for the Spirit of the Lord, man, and I.S.U.P.K, we wouldn't have a chance here in this place, brother, because everybody else would just accept it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody accept it. You know what I'm saying? It's very important, man. You got to find that, seek that brother out, man, that the Lord raised up, man. You got to seek him out, man. When you reject Commander Junior Yohana, you reject the Lord, brother. Straight up and down. You see what I'm saying? I mean, a very important thing that the men of the Lord do, brother, is they draw a line in the sand, brother. They say, look, either you're going to serve the Lord, you know what I'm saying, and do what the Lord says to do, come on this side, or you're going to just stay on the outside and just be wicked. You see what I'm saying? Christianity tries to make a line, brother, and tries to make a dwelling place in the gray area. The Lord, there's no gray area for the Lord, man. The Lord will kill you. And he's righteous for doing it. You see what I'm saying? He does not love everybody. He for damn sure don't love a sinner, man. Somebody got to stand up, brother. Somebody got to be willing to speak up for, and it goes to show through Colin Kaepernick, man, how much they hate anybody that speaks up for niggas, man. You can't even say that it's wrong that like this. A brother had brought up the fact of the very police department that choked out Eric Gardner and said, I can't breathe, right? You had a group of people that started wearing I can't breathe shirts, right? The very same department posted up, made a protest too, and wore shirts that said I can breathe. If your oppressor is not the devil that the Bible speaks of, brother, I don't know what else. I don't know what else, man. Like, do they just want us totally gone, man? You see what I'm saying? Black people, you are still listed as 3/5 human, according to this place. That has not been amended. You were only given civil rights. We still don't have human rights in the place that we built. You see what I'm saying? Fido has more rights than you, brother. Because they will give a Negro, a black man, 5 years because the property was his that they were fighting Fido on, brother. That's Michael Vick. And they took everything he had. All because Vick had a little ounce of being a real nigga in him and did not snitch. Right? Didn't give everybody up. Right? Didn't tell, hey, yeah, it was my brother in them, man. You know what I'm saying? Just let me stay in the league. Right? And then for him to go through all that of not snitching, sitting there for 5 years, losing everything, right? For them to give him another shot in the NFL, and then to turn around and tell a brother that took a knee for police brutality, for him to turn around and look at him and say, hey man, you just need to play football. I mean, Vic cut his braids off and everything, brother. I mean, good night. That's called the demasculation, brother. You understand? Just so he can get another job in the NFL, brother. This place is horrible. And if you're a so-called black man, you better not say nothing about it. That's the thing. And they had a damn, what they have on there, like on the grill. Commander Junior Yohana brought out, there were some brothers in the school in Long Island, brother. And they made them brothers line up it's an art school. And they had them grab each other's back of their heads and they put on their monkey do on there. You see what I'm saying? Not only do we live in the worst conditions in the wealthiest country and that the earth has ever seen, brother. Not only can we not get good jobs and still love other black people. You see what I'm saying? Not, Ubering and Uber Eats and DoorDash is the only jobs we can get if we can have a legal car, if we can get registration and insurance on it. But like Jim Muhammad said, we have to be monkeys too, brother. I mean, good night. You talk about wanting to grind the people into powder. That's what your oppressor does. You see what I'm saying? Where we at? Good night. All because we reject our power, brother. We reject the Lord. That's what we do. We reject our power. We lose everything, man. You understand? We lose everything.
No.
So the Lord then goes on to tell Samuel to tell niggas that if you take upon a king, you understand what I'm saying? He will take your daughters, you know what I'm saying, and make them perfume makers, right? He will take your sons and put them in your army. He will take your land and give your land of your fathers to his servants. You see what I'm saying? He will make wives. He will do whatever he wants to do with you. That's what a king would do when he rules over you. How many righteous kings did the nation of Israel have before we were just totally wiped out? How many righteous kings? How many kings that actually ruled and did what the Lord told them to do, man? Anybody know? What you got?
It's lucky. I would say one.
Who's that?
Jesus.
Well, now, Christ was the greatest one and is the greatest one. What you got?
Moses, sir.
Moses was not a king, brother. How about now, you know? Just name me one.
King Solomon.
King Solomon was one, but that Negro got the nation split in two.
You say right.
Right. King Solomon was righteous, brother. He most high Christ. He was the most righteous one we had, brother, till Christ. You see what I'm saying? Like, out of the 15 kings we had, brother, it was probably Jehu was one of them too. You see what I'm saying? Because Jehu got on that horse and he rode, brother. And he killed the prophets of Baal, doc. You see what I'm saying? But at the most, brother, we had about three, man. Three that actually did what the Lord instructed the prophet to tell them to do. You see what I'm saying? But outside of Christ, brother, it was David, by far. You see what I'm saying? Who was the only man to be spoken to be a man after the heart of the Most High, brother. You see what I'm saying? So that's not very many, y'all. Niggas rather be wicked, brother. Straight up. That's what we looking at. You understand? Let me pull one more, man. So let's give an example, brother, of a righteous king. How about that? So later on, man, the Lord, niggas didn't want to listen. The elders of Israel didn't listen, brother. Out of Saul, right? And the scriptures tell us that because he was shoulders taller than everybody. So we chose our first king because he was the tallest nigga in Israel. That's like us choosing Shaq, brother. And Shaq will lower his pants on national TV just to make our oppressors laugh. Shaq is probably the tallest niggas. He's probably the tallest brother in Israel now. Nigga 7'3", brother. I don't know. I know some tall brothers, man, but 7'3", doc. I've never seen a 7'3". I never shared a room with a 7'3" black person. But imagine him being us choosing him because he's taller. That's why they chose Saul, brother. Good goddamn night. We are not fit to choose. You see what I'm saying? That's what the Lord was trying to say. Go to the book of Revelations, chapter 19, verse 12. You see what I'm saying? So we better choose the commandant junior Hana now, brother, because we're getting to World War III. You see what I'm saying? And we'll have to deal with this king. You got it?
Khan. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 19, verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire.
Good night.
And on his head were many crowns.
Good night, brother. That sounds like a Hamashiach to me, Doc. Many crowns, brother. That's a big afro, bro. Keep going, Doc.
Khan. And he had a name written that no man knew, but he himself.
So that means he had a reputation, brother, that no man knew about. I mean, you talk about Shab being a bad mother. This nigga here was off the chain. you ain't know what to call this brother, man. Keep going.
Khan. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of God.
And his vesture was, his cloak was dripped in blood, brother. So you can choose the commander junior Hana now, brother. Or deal with this brother whose eyes was red like fire, brother. You see what I'm saying? Who had so much blood from the killing, Doc. Well, that's what he's going to do. When Christ returns, he's going to kill. It's not going to be teddy bears, sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows, brother. It's going to be a bloodbath. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be a bloodbath, Doc. That's what Christ is going to do. So you choose Commander Junior Hana, who is a brother from amongst you. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to prepare you for World War III, Doc. You see what I'm saying? That will give you righteous counsel on how to put black men in black households, brother. You see what I'm saying? The one that's going to show you how to serve your power again, man. To make the name of Israel known back in the earth. That there was a people that the Lord only loved. You see what I'm saying? There was a people that was rich in the city and rich in the field and whatever the heck these Negroes did. You see what I'm saying? They multiplied. There was a people that were like that. We don't know where they went. You see what I'm saying? Because all the nations look at us and they hiss and they tiss, brother. And they shake their heads and they clap their hands and be like, this cannot be the beauty of Babylon, of Salakia, of Zion. These cannot be the people that the Lord chose. Cannot be. We refuse to believe it. Look at them. They're every bad thing in the earth. They're the thugs. You see what I'm saying? They're the gangsters. They're the ones that when they walk by the car, I have to lock my door and clench my purse. You see what I'm saying? Look at their hair. Look at their teeth. Look at their lips. Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. You see what I'm saying? We're everything bad. Which one's the ugly doll? The dark one is the ugly doll. You see what I'm saying? They look down upon us, brother. All because, hey, we're not choosing the brother that the Lord chose to rule over us, man. Who will teach us these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Who will make this Bible, the knowledge of this Bible, our wisdom again, man. Who will make brotherhood the greatest weapon that we have here in this earth, man. This is what we need, man. This is the recipe that will put us back on top in the earth, man. And have us looking like the Lord love them niggas, bro. You see what I'm saying? And their king with his eyes of fire, brother, and vestures dipped in blood, and his name called the word of the power. Keep going. 14.
And the armies which were in heaven.
And the what?
The armies which were in heaven.
And the angels with the butt naked angels with the little towel on them.
And the armies which were in heaven.
The white angels with the white swords and the candy canes and lollipops.
And the armies which were in heaven.
Man, there are armies are in heaven, brother. Those UFOs, man, are chariots, brother, are vehicles of war, man. Keep going.
Followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
Them niggas was clean, brother. You see what I'm saying? Them brothers was clean coming out of the fourth dimension. You see what I'm saying? They ain't gonna know what to do with that, brother. And the scriptures say Christ is going to leap. He's going to be like a lion that leaps over the bush. You see what I'm saying? And pounce on that prey, brother. Catches them off guard, Doc. That's what's gonna happen in that valley of Jehoshaphat, brother. You understand? Keep going, Doc. Read 15.
And out of his mouth goeth the sharp sword,
Mm-hmm.
that with it he should smite the nations.
Good night, brother. He gonna smite the nations, brother, with a word, man. Hey, y'all kill them. Gabriel, you sweep out this part. Raphael, you sweep out this part. Send the terrapins loose, brother. That's what we pray for. Let the terrapins loose. Keep going.
God will come, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Good night. Rule them with a rod of iron, brother. That's with the commandments, brother. So the Moabites, once they do their bid for making us build that Great Wall of China during the Tang Dynasty, we're going to send them back to the land of Moab, right? But they won't be shooting fireworks for the year of the dragon, brother. They, you know what I'm saying? The spirit of Bruce Lee would not live on, brother. You see what I'm saying? If they try to have a festival of the year of the dog, where they go and kill these dogs, brother, if they try to do that, that rod of iron gonna come down, brother. And where they eat dogs, these people literally torture dogs, stray dogs, and they kill them, and they cook them and eat them, brother. If they pull that year of the dog crap, you see what I'm saying? We're going to kill them, brother. Straight up and down. They better eat what the Lord said is clean. They're going to do that in the land of Moab when our king returns, brother. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be get down or get laid down, brother. That's what's going to happen. You understand? World War III, Doc, is coming to you. Straight up. You understand? And with that, we turn the class over to priest and officer. You got the security announcements? Man, pay your tithes, man.
Right.
That's what you do, brother. 10%, man. Just get that to the Most High, brother. There's some decks out here that don't make 10%. You see what I'm saying? That don't make a tenth to give. You know what I'm saying? Let's be a brother for them, man.
Right.
Let's take care of, let's do it for Commander YAHANNA so he can reach out and touch brothers, man. You see what I'm saying? So we can get a refuge in the four corners of the earth, brother. So we can make sure Flint, Michigan has clean water. So we can repair America. Then we might go to Africa and try to figure out which one of them silly Negroes followed Marcus Garvey and went to Ghana. You see what I'm saying? I mean, good night. How many they made over $10 million, brother. 10 billion? Commander YAHANNA said $10 billion. And the ratio for is $1 American dollar equals 19 Guyanian dollars. Or whatever them little crazy things, whatever money they got.
Right.
So you give $10 American dollars, brother. You know what I'm saying? Their money is, God, dog, brother. So Oprah can be a queen. She the queen of Ghana.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she made all her money from starting her show off in Chirac. But she can give little bald head little African girls a school to go to.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Let Akon do that.
Right.
I hate this place, brother. What you got on? We turn the class over to Priest Officer Yeshaya, man, for the security now.
Okay.
Clap it up.
We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months period in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of every increase the Lord gives to you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests. Now mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation is the Feast of Purim. You got the date on it?
It's on the, look on here. Come over here.
Like it. Feast of Purim, 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, Saturday, March 7th, and Sunday, March 8th, 2020. Esther, you can read about it in Esther chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, scarf, and these are the security announcements.
With that, brothers, I imagine. Courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, I imagine Shabbat. I imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Yazmatah. Sar. Sisters, I imagine. Means to stand. Men of Israel, I imagine Shabbat. I imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shema Ladon by Shem Yahushua. Hashem, Bahashem, Yahushua, Most High Christ. Yazmatah, dismiss. Yeah. Like we ain't been here.